Growing up, I had this vision that I would die before the age of 25 years old. It was a reality. I mean, I had buried my best friend who I grew up with. I had seen death often. And so for me, 25 years was pretty much the max. Turns out that all along, I was right. I grew up in a professing Christian home in the DC metro area, and my parents were new believers. Probably the hardest thing for me as a kid was growing up and seeing these discrepancies within my dad, who was the biggest image of Christianity, who woke up early to pray, who read his Bible often, yet he was the same man who verbally, physically, and emotionally abused my mom. He was the same man who had a sexually illicit relationship with my sister, which was his stepdaughter. And I just remember asking myself, if God is supposed to be so powerful, so loving, then why did he put me in this broken family? If God and his people are supposed to be so kind and so gracious and so merciful, then why am I seeing the opposite? Trying to answer questions apart from having the influence of a father is challenging. Who am I? What am I here for? What does it all mean in the end? And I pursued my identity through power, pleasures, and possessions to try to fill me up, to give me an identity, to give me a purpose in life. And so without having a father who was investing in me, I looked to those guys in the streets as my idols, as my heroes. I looked up to the drug dealer on the corner. I looked up to the rapper. I tried to emulate these guys and live the lives that they lived. So by age 18, I had brought 2 kids into the world, but no marriage, no wife, simply the results and consequences of sinful living. I was living a life of self-absorption. To answer the questions of identity and purpose was all about me. It was what I wanted to do. I had a very successful high school basketball career. During that time, I was heavily recruited. Had opportunities to go to many Division I schools, and I chose George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, right outside of DC. Had a very successful freshman year there. In the conference, I averaged 17 points a game. I broke the record for 3-pointers for a freshman. Just really was on the trajectory that I thought I would always be on, which is to one day play in the NBA. So after my freshman season, I neglected my coach's request to go to summer school. And within a week of the summer, I was arrested and charged with 3 felonies for drug trafficking. It was then that I was kicked out of school, expelled from George Mason University, and that next year would be one of the darkest years of my life. After a year of being in and out of jail, I was given another opportunity, a second chance at a junior college in Florida, where I became one of the top 20 junior college transfer prospects. And after looking at a number of colleges, I chose Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia. The one issue was my grades were so bad that I had to go to summer school in order to be eligible to play. I never stepped foot on campus to community college to get my grades up. I immediately fell back into the same lifestyle that I had been living previously. So I got on the phone with my coach in Florida and begged him to find me a scholarship. I remember telling him, I'll go anywhere you send me. I'll go anywhere there's a scholarship available. Within 4 days, I found myself on a plane to Birmingham, Alabama with 2 bags of clothes. So I'm revisiting these questions of who am I? And I realized that who I was a sinner in desperate need of the forgiveness of Jesus Christ. I had this vision growing up that I would die before the age of 25. I did die a day before my 25th birthday. Wasn't the way I thought, but I died to my flesh and became a follower of Jesus Christ. I don't think that God saves anyone apart from giving them a purpose in life. And for me, my story, my testimony of God's grace and how he brought me through the situations that he did really placed a burden inside my heart for urban at-risk youth. We currently have over 38,000 fatherless in Birmingham City alone. But one of the glaring things I've seen as well, an at-risk group that you may not be as familiar with, is the church. 1,600 churches in Birmingham metro area. We can have a church on every block, yet vast disparities in our city as far as equality, vast disparities as far as fatherless youth. If this gospel, which is built on reconciliation, is true, then why is it not knocking down the walls? Is it a problem with the gospel, or does the problem lie with us?